Hi everyone, this is chapter 4 of lesson 1 for geometry, and this lesson covers the sum of angles in a triangle. So, what is the sum of angles in a triangle? Well, this angle, say angle 1, plus this angle, say angle 2, and this angle, say angle 3, equals 180. Why? There's a formula for finding the sum of angles in pretty much any type of polygon. So just to quickly run through this, it's n minus 2 times 180, with n being the number of sides. So in a triangle, there are 3 sides. So 3 minus 2 times 180 equals 180. So that's why there is 180 degrees in a triangle. Now, once we have that figured out, we can apply some of our knowledge to another theorem called the exterior angle theorem. So I'm just going to extend that out a little bit. And so this line, say line A, is a straight line, meaning the angles on it, like this angle and this angle, are supplementary. And just to quickly do a refresher, supplementary is basically 2 angles. Say this is angle 2 and angle 1. Equals 180. So supplementary is 180. Now that we know this is equal to 180, and the sum of angles in a triangle is also 180, we can assume that angle 2 equals, let's say that this is angle 3 and angle 4, equals angle 3 plus angle 4. Because we have 2 equations where angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180, but also angle 1 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 equals 180 as well. Therefore, we can conclude that this equals this. And then finally, we're going to run through something that's called a corollary. And a corollary is basically a statement once kind of understanding all these theorems and properties, you can draw conclusions from these properties. So, say we have a right triangle. Notability is not working. This is our right triangle. And we remember that our right angle equals 90 degrees. And the sum of angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. So we can assume that this angle 1 and this angle 2, when added together, they're complementary, or 90 degrees. And another sort of corollary that we can think of is that there can be at most one angle in a right or obtuse, or there can be at most one obtuse or right angle in a triangle. And that is we can say that in a triangle, one of the angles is greater than 90, so we can say that it's 91. Now these angles must be less than 90 because 180 minus 91 is 89. And 89 is an acute angle. So now, we can solve a few problems. For this first one, we're going to apply the exterior angle theorem to find angle 2. Since we know that this angle here plus 112 equals 180, we can first just do something where we would do 180 minus 112, which equals 68. And then we can further conclude that 180 minus 68 minus 32 gives us angle 2. And that's 80 degrees. However, we can take a shortcut. Since we know that in the exterior angle theorem, these two angles equal that angle, we can go back here and we can just do 32 degrees plus our angle 2 equals 112. So right here is a much faster way to come up with your angle. And that also equals 80. This is quite another similar problem where we find angle MPN and then find MPQ. So to find MPN, we would use the sum of angles in a triangle. So we would do angle MPN plus 56 plus 45 equals 180. And then just subtract. And that equals 79. And there are also two ways to go about solving for angle MPQ. We can use the exterior angle theorem, or we can just use the sum of angles in a triangle. Well, not really the sum of angles in a triangle, but we use that to solve for MPN, and once we found MPN, we can use that, knowing that QN is a straight line, to find QPM or MPQ. So I would prefer to just do 180 minus MPN, which is 79, and that's 101. And for our last question, it might be a little trickier, but this should be quite similar to everything that we've learned. So, since we know two angles in this triangle, we can find angle 2. That's where I usually start when I look at these problems. I try to find the shape that I have the most angles in so I can find the next angle. So, let's just do this. Angle 2 plus 31 plus 90 equals 180. is 59. So now we know that angle 2 is 59. But what we also know is that this angle equals this angle due to vertical angles. So we also know that angle 1 equals 59 as well. So our final angle that we need to find is angle 3. And I just recommend to keep using sum of angles in our triangle. So we can do 59 plus 22 plus angle 3 equals 180. And just solve for angle 3. And that equals 99. So that's all the problems that we've solved. If you have any questions, just let me know.